This is NDTV. And you're watching NDTV Hindu.
Very good evening to you. It has been a day of fast-paced action, but we have our fingers on the pulse, getting you the biggest and the latest about issues that you need to know about. As the Prime Minister gets embroiled in legal developments, the centre is getting jittery as it slams the opposition parties. Now back here in the state, Karnataka takes a U-turn on the JPC issue, saying that it never opposed the move. Our senior correspondent Peer Mohammed will tell us more about this eyebrow-raising move. And in a shocking story from my colleague, a disturbing trend of discrimination between local and migrant labourers in the heart of the city, M.A. Chidambaram Stadium, has been discovered. We'll bring you more on that. And of course, today is the day dedicated for awareness against child labour, and hence the yellow ribbon on my jacket, a sign that NDTV Hindu stands united with the cause. A very good evening to you once again, and welcome to News Tonight with me, Ashmit Kumar. Let's take a look at the day's biggest stories. Kapil Sibal and Rahul Gandhi come to the PM's defence, say there's no reason for embarrassment for Manmohan Singh.
Let me tell you, as far as the Prime Minister's office is concerned, we are absolutely clear that we have done no wrongdoing.
Meanwhile, Dr. Singh gets a new lawyer, none less than the Attorney General replaces the Solicitor General. Is the DMK rattle post A. Raja's exit from Union Cabinet? NDTV Hindu takes a look at the dynamics of the DMK party. Migrant labourers get paid half of what their native counterparts get. An NDTV Hindu special report. It's not the Vienna of the East, but you still might find yourself sailing to work. A case in point for poor water management.
The irony of the situation is this is a place that was demarked by the government to promote the electronics industry.
What becomes the fate of a man responsible for rape and murder of a toddler? The flesh might be weak, but the spirit is strong and determined. 10 specially able teachers enter third day of fasting, demand government posts. And it's Robot Da for school kids in Chennai as education goes one step beyond the boarding blackboard. Let's also take a look at some national stories from across the country. An Mi-17 helicopter of the IAF crashes in Tawang in Arunachal Pradesh. The crash claims all 12 on board. Karnataka Chief Minister Yediyurappa's family surrenders the land that they were allegedly given out of turn and at below market prices. And India wins gold, silver and bronze in rowing at Guangzhou Asian Games. Now, of course, in the big story, even as accusations and allegations of inaction have been fired at the Prime Minister, the government is beginning to muster up a strong response. In what was a fiery defence of the captain of the ship, crew of members such as the new Telecom Minister Kapil Sibal challenged the scathing attacks by Janata Dal President Subramaniam Swamy. He maintained that the Prime Minister was not obliged to respond. He also launched a fiery attack on the BJP-led opposition for stalling parliamentary activities.
Let me tell you, as far as the Prime Minister's office is concerned, we are absolutely clear that we have done no wrongdoing. In fact, I do believe that the Prime Minister, a man of such integrity, that I don't think that anybody in this country believes that he was trying to circumvent the law. The fact of the matter is that if an individual who believes himself to be an investigating agency does not take recourse to the law and expects on the basis of newspaper reports for Prime Ministers to respond and grant sanction, I think it will be a very sad day for this country. Subramaniam Swamy realized that if he went with these documents to a court of law, the court of law would rubbish it and put it in the dustbin. So what he could not and would not have got in the court of law, he was trying to gain political mileage by writing letters one after the other. And with every letter, the documentation increased. You must understand, with every letter that he wrote, the documentation increased. So at what, with respect to which letter was the Prime Minister supposed to respond? And this government has proved it. You tell me in the history of this country, how many BJP governments ever allowed their ministers to resign? In Tehelka, did any minister resign? Was there any JPC in Tehelka? When cash was distributed in front of cameras, the ministers were made to come back In the petrol pump scam, did many ministers resign? Was any JPC set up? In the land scam, any JPC was set up? In what is happening in Karnataka, has any JPC been set up? Has Mr. Subramanian Swamy gone there and asked for sanction? So you see, this is all very well. It is only Congress party who is sensitive and responds to these things.
Now under fire from the Supreme Court and a united opposition over the Prime Minister's alleged inaction on a plea seeking prosecution of A. Raja, the government has now decided to get the top legal officer of the country to present the Prime Minister's case in the apex court. Attorney General of India G.E. Vahanvati will represent the PM in Supreme Court on Tuesday. The Attorney General replaces Solicitor General Gopal Subramaniam, who appeared for the Prime Minister till yesterday. Sources have told NDTV that the Prime Minister wanted the Attorney General for effective representation. Now, even the Union Law Minister Veerappa Moily held little back in defending the Manmohan Singh.
It is not a question of adequacy or inadequacy. It's an arrangement because the devotee, if they say we don't want devotee person, the law officer appearing for devotee should appear for Prime Minister. So Prime Minister has to be properly represented. That is what is done. You know, he is also an important and a very brilliant lawyer, Mr. Gopal Subramaniam. It is nothing, you know, to read between that.
Meanwhile, despite allegations of inaction, the new telecom minister Kapil Sibal is eager to make a good first impression and at least looks to be moving fast. A day after TRAI asked the government to cancel 69 2G licenses, the new telecom minister has reportedly begun a major review. Sources say Sibal has asked telecom officers to make a note on the TRAI recommendations and to find out more about the contracts. And some critical developments from the state that have just surfaced. The Chief Minister Karunanidhi has remarked that he is not opposed to the 2G spectrum scam JPC, but perhaps to ease the impact on its ally, it also added that the efforts to stall Parliament will not succeed. For more on this, let's go across to our senior correspondent, Peer Mohammed. Now, Peer, we are seeing somewhat of a flip-flop here. We know for the fact that Karunanidhi had a very strong position supporting the Congress, that they were against the JPC, and today we see a rephrasing of sorts where we see the Karunanidhi coming out, the Chief Minister coming out again and cutting the feet from Congress, if I can use that phrase here, again saying that they are not opposed to a JPC move, in a way aligning with the demands of the opposition here. So does this really, how do we read into this one development, this one statement, this one emphatic statement rather by Karunanidhi?
Yes, Chief Minister and DMK Chief Karunanidhi is clearly on the back foot on this issue. Particularly after the Prime Minister was cornered on the 2G spectrum scam issue, his ally, the DMK chief, has gone back on his own words. When the reporters asked him last time, are you opposed to a JPC probe, he retorted saying that don't the opposition believe in Murali Manohar Joshi, who heads the Public Accounts Committee. Today he is saying that he is never opposed to the JPC probe, which is a clear indication that he wants to help the ally, the bigger ally Congress, in the upcoming session of the Parliament in the next week. Only the opposition has made it very clear that they won't allow the Parliament to function unless JPC probe is ordered. Now his ally, the DMK chief, has come out in support of the JPC probe, and that might make things easier for the Congress in the coming week in the Parliament.
Right, Peer. Thank you for giving us that perspective there. That was our senior correspondent, Peer Mohammed, telling us more about, again, the impact statement by the Chief Minister. Moving ahead, eat, work, pray and get exploited. Is that the authorities' mantra for migrant labourers in the state? Find out on the other side.